Good morning, everyone. This is part of our series that we're doing about reasons why mums might give up breastfeeding before they want to. And the previous video was about maybe you feel like you don't have enough milk. And today I want to talk to you about maybe you really don't have enough milk and what would you do about that? So there are two main strategies, two main types of strategy for increasing your milk supply. So one of them is feed or express more often. And the other one is empty your breasts. Now we're going to do a bit of science this morning, so be ready for that. So there are two hormones that are particularly involved in these two strategies. So the first one, where you feed more often or express more often, that is to push up your prolactin. So prolactin is a hormone in your body which keeps track of how much milk you're putting out and how often you're feeding, and then it decides how much milk you need to make for the next bit. So it's a supply and demand hormone. So with prolactin, the more often you feed or express, the higher the prolactin gets and the more milk you make. So anything that encourages more frequent feeding, so things like wake your baby up every 3 hours rather than just let them sleep, that would be more frequent feeding. Anything that says maybe a baby sleeps a longer time at the night, wake them up in the night and feed them again. Something like, if you're using a dummy with your baby for their sucking needs, what you might do is take the dummy away, and every time they seem to want to suck, you give them the breast, because that's another kind of moment that you're breastfeeding that pushes your prolactin up. Okay, so we said the other strategy is emptying the breasts. So that more empty the breast is, the more milk it will make for the next feed. So the reason for that, science bit, is there is a substance in your milk itself, which is called the feedback inhibitor of lactation. But we never call it that because it's a mouthful. So we shorten it to FIL, FIL. So FIL's job is it's within the milk in the breast, and it stops your breast making too much milk. So if milk is in the breast and it's staying there for some reason, then feedback inhibitor of lactation, FIL, starts to say to that breast, oh, slow up your production because we're not using this milk. We obviously don't need it. So flip that on its head. If you're draining the breast, then you're taking out milk, which is good because you can give it to your baby, but also you're really limiting, you're taking right down the FIL. So that means that you would make more milk. So yeah, those are your two main strategies. So draining the breast, some people suggest you breastfeed your baby, then you express, and that's draining the breast. Or you might use a technique called a breast compression, which squeezing your breast helps to drain the breast as your baby is breastfeeding. So things like that. So yeah, bit of a long video today. It's always chock full of science, and that makes it longer. But that's the kind of things you might do if you have actually got low milk supply.